Hello all, I welcome you. Today we're going to be looking at a deck that I've added to Master Duel called Subterrors. It's a great troll deck, and I went ahead and muted the music this time, so hopefully it's a little easier to hear me. Start off with Pot of Extravagance. Great card, draw two, especially since I don't use my extra deck. Set two fantastic trap cards face down. Unfortunately, Harpy's Feather Duster destroys them both. And he's using some kind of Pendulum Spellcaster deck. Pendulums used to be big meta, but they were nerfed with the advent of Link monsters. And as such, they're not too commonly used anymore. Which is both good and unfortunate, I would say. You'll notice he has like no cards in his hand now, but I have plenty and I have confidence in my hand that I will prevail. There can be only one, a very useful trap card that when activated prevents both players from having more than one copy of the same type of monster. So he has spellcasters. He can only have one spellcaster on the field. Having Subterrors, all of my monsters have different types. So it's a definitely, the floodgates are just useful to me. The Subterror field spell is not only a useful searcher, it tends to ruin people's days because it can stop their attacks. And the permanent spell card that I activated, when it does, deals damage to my opponent. When my monsters deal battle damage to my opponent, it allows me to return a Subterror card from my graveyard to my hand, which allowed me to fetch Final Battle, which is an incredibly useful broken card of its own, with 4 different effects. And you can use them every turn, because every turn, like the Subterrors, they go back face down. To be honest, I was surprised that he didn't just quit the match by this point, because he's only able to have one monster relatively weak, and he knows all 3 of mine are stronger. But more power to him. Ultimathus flips his monsters face down, and Stygia Kraken destroys them. It also destroys spell trap cards if they're face down, equal to the number of face down Subterror behemoths that I have. I love Pot of Extravagance, and I don't care if it gets ashed, negated from by a hand trap, because it just gets the hand trap out of the way. Honestly. And this is where I find out that the guy plays an Ignister deck. I'm sorry. They're an intriguing archetype, but the fun thing about them is that they use multiple attributes, which is cool. You know, you're not dependent on one, and decks that can combat that one attribute. The trouble is, my face down trap card goes in match. It's another floodgate, similar to there can be only one, except with it, you can only have one attribute of a monster, so as soon as he summoned a second one, I activated goes in match, forcing him to get rid of it. So this is going to really hamper his ability to play, unless he can get rid of that trap card. I don't know why he attacked there. He had an 800-point monster. I mean, attacking a defense monster, it doesn't make sense. Why take the risk? He took 2300 damage to do a spell card. Since he didn't get to summon it, it forces him to take 2300 damage. I left my monster in attack mode in case he decided to foolishly attack it, and I can activate final attack. Subterror final attack, but even if he didn't, if he summoned a monster like he did, I can activate Guru's ability to flip it and itself down. I should say my opponent's monster and itself down. But he, I think, realized that he was in a dangerous spot, unable to get rid of goes in match, so he surrendered. And now this should be the final match that I'm gonna show you. Total video length is under 10 minutes, so hopefully that's appeasing to everyone. I mean, I have two Fienduses in my hand. I'm totally happy. Fiendus is one of the best hand traps in the game. It negates everything. The only reason it's not on the ban or limit list is because it's Subterror specific. He summons Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, and I just negate its effect. And honestly, I keep doing it just to mess with him. I also decided to go search out Phosphio Glacier instead of one of my usual combos, because I don't mind going with different strats every now and then. And with the Subterror final attack trap card, I can make its attack the strongest in the game. Well, the strongest in the deck, I should say. So again, he activates his effect. Again, I hand trap him, which restricts the heck out of him, and flip my monster back down. He attacks, knowing that I have a field spell that can negate it, but I decide not to use it, instead use final attack orders. Subterror final attack to not only do damage to him, but banish his face down monster. I could have banished his Red Eyes Darkness, but I was enjoying negating its effect too much. But now I decide to end it. Well, more or less ended. I mean, he still has 200 life points left, but it's basically over. He can't touch me. And I have another 2 hand traps in my hand, which makes his next move insane. So, normal summon a 0 attack point tuner to use its search ability when you know I have a hand trap in my hand. So he surrenders. But I can't blame him. I would have probably surrendered by that point as well. Anyway, I hope you all enjoy the video. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.